Hi everybody, let's discuss about congestion control. So congestion control is one of the important topics for GATE, and about 7 to 8 questions were asked in past 15 years, 15 to 20 years. So every 2 or 3 years one question is asked for sure, and even in 2024 in set 2 one question is asked for 2 marks. So mostly 2 marks questions will be asked, and it's also pretty easy. You just need to know all the whole concept, and you could easily solve the problems. So even numericals won't be that tough. Even the calculation would be easy. They won't be zero to. There will be like very minimal calculation. So let's go. Yeah. So in condition control. So first, let's understand what is condition. So when there's a communication between sender and receiver, and if there's a and in between the sender and receiver, there will be a network involved through which the data packets flow. And if there's a lot of traffic, if there is traffic in between these two sender and receiver, we say there is congestion. And this congestion control algorithms will help us to eliminate congestion. So first we'll try to prevent it, and if it occurs then we'll eliminate it. And mainly there are three phases in congestion control algorithm. So first phase is slow start phase, and then congestion avoidance, and then congestion reduction. And I'm going to explain it in a very elaborate way, so don't worry. And so initially there will be sender and receiver as mentioned over here. This is the sender and here is the receiver. Just a second. Why this is coming. Yeah, so if the sender wants to send some data packets to receiver, by some I mean a lot of data packets, maybe let's think some 200 MSS. He wants to send this much of amount, and MSS stands for maximum segment size. Let me write it. Maximum segment size. So this is the amount of data that can be collectively sent at once, and uh, during the three-way handshake between the sender and receiver, this would be agreed upon, and mostly it would be 1 KB, and if not, it will they'll mention it in the question. And there would be window size at the receiver also. So this will also be advertised uh, during the three-way handshake. So during three-way handshake, there would be SYN plus ACK and ACK uh, communication. This whole thing, right? So during this communication itself, we'll get to the sender will get to know the receiver window size, and based on that, the communication will grow. So initially what happens is sender assumes there might be traffic in the network. So initially what he does is he'll just send one MSS amount of data to the receiver, uh, and then he'll wait for the acknowledgement. So if he receives acknowledgement, then he'll assume so then he'll proceed forward with the algorithm. Then he'll send 2 MSS, after that 4, after that 8. It will grow exponentially in the beginning. So up to a certain point of time it will grow exponentially. After that, and so let us assume up to 32 it grows exponentially. So after this point of time it starts growing linearly, 33, 34, 35, until the window size of the receiver, like until it matches with the receiver window size, until let's assume it's 64 MSS. Receiver window size is advertised as 64 MSS until this receives 64, communication receives 64 MSS. It would go linearly, and after that it would remain as 64 itself until there is a condition. So this increase exponentially. So let me take you to the next slide. Just a second. Let's clear this. Yeah. So initially from 1 MSS, it will increase exponential increase until it reaches a threshold, and after this reaches a threshold, it will grow linearly, linear increase, like plus one MSS to be precise, because 1 MSS might be 2 KB also, and that might lead to some confusion. And beyond that, this would be until when receiver window size is received. After that, there would be only congestion detection. So I'll explain about this congestion detection in a very broad way. So initially, let's first understand how up until congestion detection is started, phase is started. So initially, the sender sends 1 MSS of data, and then he waits for acknowledgement. If he receives the acknowledgement, then he sends 2 MSS of data, and then he waits as and then it sends for 8 up to threshold. So let us assume receiver window size is 64 MSS. So the threshold would be half of the window size, 32 MSS. This is like uh, until this will go linearly. So 8 to 16, and then 16 to 32. As soon as we reach 32, um, it what we say it starts growing linearly. So from then it will go 33, 34 until 64. Let me take another example. So if I assume the receiver window size is 48, so sometimes there's a little bit confusion for numbers other than the two pass. So what happens is it goes 1, 2, 4, 8. So if you assume 48 as the receiver window size, the threshold would be 24, right? So after that it goes to 16. After that it won't go to 32, it would go to 24. So just keep this in mind, and after that it would increase linearly until 48. And yeah, so there are separate names for this. So this exponential increase, it's called as slow start phase, and this linear increase is called as congestion avoidance phase, and after that there will be congestion detection. So slow start until we reach the threshold. So I'll just write it slow start, and then this is congestion avoidance. Yeah, and this is called a slow start because we are starting with a very low number. I've also brought some slides to explain this to you. See, this is a graph of how the window size will grow. So initially it's 1 MSS over here, and then it went until it increases exponentially. So this curve indicates exponential increase, and this indicates linear increase, and then it indicates constant. I mean, this straight line indicates constant, and this is with time how the condition window grows. So this is called a slow start threshold and maximum receiver capacity. This is what I've explained. Uh, This algorithm is a bit smart, as you could say, and so originally what happens during, so this is implemented in transport layer in uh, in TCP layer and what we say, TCP protocol and transport layer. Yeah, that's it about this. Let's dive into some numericals. Slow start, condition avoidance, and condition detection. Yeah, let me explain about the condition detection. So I'll elaborate it. So condition detection. So I'll just show you how communication happens between the sender and the receiver. So first the sender sends one MSS, and then he gets the acknowledgement, and then he sends two MSS. So this is two MSS. Even the line is single line, he have sent two MSS, and he'll receive, and then four, and so on. And let us assume there's condition in the network. So we'll see how this algorithm affects when there is condition in the network. So at this point of time, let us assume he sent some 35 MSS. He went exponentially up to 32, and then he grew linearly. Now what happens is, let's assume this packet is lost in the network. Then the receiver does not know this 35 MSS is sent and it's lost, so he'll be keeping on waiting for that. And what sender does is, sender, as soon as he uh, sends a data packet, right, sender starts a what do you say, timeout timer. So we'll indicate by T O over 0. So this is timeout timer. So what this timeout timer does is, it waits for a certain amount of time greater than or equal to 2 TP. The specifics is not required actually. I'll just telling you for some information, so that for more information, that's it. So sender sends data packet, and then he starts this timer, and before this timer get finished, if he receives the acknowledgement before this timer is finished, the sender receives acknowledgement, then it's good. And if he does not receive acknowledgement, then he'll retransmit the packet after this timer gets finished. So after T0 or T0 or timer, uh, sender resends the same packet. He assumes that the packet is lost in the network, or buffer might be full, and receiver might have uh, discarded the packet. He assumes a lot of things, and sender doesn't know what exactly happened, so he'll just retransmit. There might be the case that he sent here, receiver has received this, but the acknowledgement might have been lost. So this might also be a case. So yeah, and uh, so and also what happens is, let me explain this to you. Yeah, so there might be a situation of 3 duplicate acknowledgement also. So we are sending first data packet, and then two data packets, and then we have received first acknowledgement, second, third also have received, and then we send in 3 data packets, and we have received acknowledgement for all this. Okay, and now there's one more data packet going, and this is lost, and some data packets after this are sent successfully, and they're acknowledged also. So what happens is, as soon as this data packet is sent, timer might have started, and for these also timers might have started, but before finishing of the timers, their respective acknowledgements would have been received. So let's assume up to here like 300 packets are sent. So TCP is what we say byte stream protocol. I don't recall exactly what is the exact nomenclature. So by that I mean each byte is numbered. Each byte consumes one number. I meant to say that each byte consumes one number. So now, as 300 packets are sent until 300 until 299. Let's assume until 299 packets are sent and acknowledgements are received. And now sender sends, let's assume 300 to 350. This much amount of data is sent by the sender. And after parallelly he would have sent like, so 350 to 400, 400 to 450, and now all these acknowledgements are received. So if sender receives 3 duplicate acknowledgements, 3 duplicate ACKs, this is the other case where sender retransmits. So before timer itself, if he receives 3 duplicate ACKs, so then the sender assumes is only one packet might have been lost. It might be corrupted or might be dropped by any intermediate router. So he resends this packet 300 to 350. So he won't wait until the finish of timer. He, as soon as he receives 3 duplicate acknowledgements, he will resend it. Or else if he don't receive any duplicate acknowledgements, and if the timer gets finished, he will send it immediately after timer. And during these two cases, what happens is the receiver window size, sorry, not the receiver window size, the threshold would be halved. So new threshold would become old threshold by 2. This will happen if there is a retransmission in the network, and this is an indication of 3 duplicate acknowledgement is an indication of mild congestion. And if more packets, so if timeout occurs, this is an indication of major congestion, and when this happens, the congestion reduction phase will restart it from the new threshold. So the new segment size, the next segment size would be the new threshold. And during this, as it's a major congestion, all the congestion window size is reset to 1, and it will grow from there. In both the cases, the new threshold will be old threshold by 2. I'll explain it with an example once again. Yeah. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. This is threshold 33, 34, 35, 36. Let's assume here there's a 3 duplicate acknowledgement, 3 duplicate ACK. Now what happens is new threshold would be old threshold by 2, so it would be 18, and the communication starts from 18. So after 36 it will go back to 18. Now 18 MSS are sent, and sender would be waiting for the acknowledgement. After that 19, 20, 21 until 64. I hope you got it. And there's another case, timer. So let's assume it doesn't go to 64. Let's assume at 40. I'm sorry, new threshold would be current condition window by 2. So 36 by 18 it would be. Initially I've said current threshold by 2. It's not current threshold by 2. It would be current condition window size by 2. Please correct that. And now let's assume this is 40. At 40 there's a timer occurred. So what happens, the new threshold would become 20. 40 by 2, 20, and the flow would be again from 1. So by that This doesn't mean that all the previous packets were sent. The congestion window would be re adjusted to 1, and then the new packets would be sent in this fashion. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. After 16, as the new threshold is 20, it will go up to 20, and then it increase linearly until 64. So all this is implemented in congestion detection phase. So the network will be constantly detecting for congestion, and then as soon as it detects congestion, it via 3 duplicate acknowledgement of timeout timer, the threshold sizes are adjusted, and new uh, new window sizes will also be adjusted, and the communication proceeds accordingly. And let's solve some numericals. So as I said, numericals are quite easy on this. I've gathered some unique problems from different websites. I'll just show you those. Yeah, let's see what's question. Name the event at B which causes the sender to decrease its window. See, at B, the window size is reduced by half. It doesn't went to 0. At D, it went to 1, and then it growed exponentially. But at B, window size is reduced to half, and then it started growing linearly. So this is for 3 duplicate acknowledgement, as we know. At B, 3 duplicate ICK has occurred. At D, timer has occurred because the new condition window is adjusted to current communication by 2. So 16k by 2 is 8k, and the communication started all over from slow start phase again. So this is timer. And next, see this question: consider the curve slope labeled by point A. Okay, why does the TCP window behave in such manner rather than having a linear slope? Why would it be bad if region had a linear slope? So this is asking why we didn't have linear, because it's slow start phase, and if we consider slow start phase, it's good to have exponential growth, because if we go from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3 and 3 to 4, and if the window size is very much bigger, let's assume it's some 1000 kb, then it would take 1024 retransmissions until we reach that current window size, and it's a lot of time. By that time we would have even closed the communication also. That's why we make how to put this, that's why we grow exponentially in the beginning until we reach halfway. Yeah, maximum acceptable. So you could just study this if you want, that's not required. Yeah, let's see this question. Assume that the network has an MSS of 1000 bytes. So this is the maximum segment size. MSS is maximum segment size of 1000 bytes, or 1 KB you can say, and the round trip times between sender and receiver of 100 milliseconds. So I'll just draw this. By round trip time they mean sending a packet and receiving its ACK. The entire time is 100 milliseconds, not MSS. Assume at time 0 the sender attempts to open the connection. Also assume that the sender can write a full window's worth of data instantaneously. So the only latency you need to worry about is the actual propagation delay of the network. So they are sending not to consider transmission delay. So full window worth of data instantaneously means you can put all the data onto the network without any time. So this is transmission delay, right? I think you remember, I think you know TD transmission delay or TT transmission time, the amount of time taken by a network to send one maximum second to put certain amount of data onto the network. This is transmission, and he's saying he can put it instantaneously. And round trip time is 100 MSS, maximum segment size is 1000 bytes. These are given. How much time has progressed by point B? So here it is point B, and by point B what happened? So initially 1 MSS is sent and acknowledged. So first 1 MSS is sent, and then 2, and then 4 is sent, and then 8 MSS are sent. So at by point B, 4 round trip RTTs might have been finished, round trip times might have been finished. So 4 what we say, 4 window sizes. So this amount of data might have been sent and acknowledged. So the answer would be 400 MSS, as 1 RTT takes 100 MSS, that is given over here. 1 RTT takes 100 MSS. So by point B, 400 milliseconds might have been passed. Yeah. How much time has been progress between point C and D? Point C and D. So at point C is 4K. Like it started at 4K and then went until 16K, and it's linear growth. So if you don't get how it's 4K, initially it increased up to 8K, and then its window size dropped the current window size by 2. So from 8K it went to 4K. This would be the new threshold, and again it went to 8K, and then it would drop to 4K, and then from there it went linearly unto 16K. So from 4K to 16K, total 12 RTTs are done, as it is linear exponentiation. So 12 RTTs and 1200 MSS. Yeah, 12 RTTs, so 1200 MSS. How much time has been progress between points E and F? So initially here there's a exponential growth until 8K. So it would be 1, 2, 4, 8. From 8 it just grew linearly until 10. 8 to 9, 9 to 10. So there was between E and F. So between E and F there are 6 successful RTTs, retransmissions. So 600 MSS would be 600 milliseconds will be the answer. These are some simple questions, and let's solve some GATE questions. These have some previous year GATE questions. This is not previous year GATE question. I think this is just, there are some previous year GATE questions in next slides. I'll show you. So this is GATE 2024 afternoon session, and this is GATE 2020 and all. So let's solve this question. Consider the effect of slow start with a line with 10 millisecond RTT. So 10 milliseconds is a round trip time and no congestion. The receiver window size is 24 KB and the maximum segment size is 2 KB. How long does it take before the first full window can be sent? Before the first full window can be sent. Okay. Receiver window size is 24 KB and the maximum segment size is 2 KB. So let me tell you, receiver window size is, so MSS is or 2 KB. 1 MSS is 2 KB. This you need to be clear while solving problems. Don't assume it's 1 KB. And receiver window size is 24 KB, which is 12 MSS. So the threshold is 6 MSS. So the communication goes like this. First 1 MSS will be sent and acknowledged, and then 2, then 4, then it will go to 6. Like 6 is the threshold. It won't go to 8. After 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is how the communication happen, and number of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in total 10 RTTs. But be careful about this question. How long does it take before the first full window can be sent? This is the exact question. Before the first full window can be sent. So by this point of time it would be 90 milliseconds, as 1 RTT take 10 milliseconds, and 90 milliseconds and now at this point of time itself we have full capacity. So first full window, at this point of time I have first full window, so the answer would be 9 MSS, not 10 MSS. Be a bit cautious about this. This kind of questions were asked in previous years also. Okay, next question. Suppose that the TCP congestion window size is set to 18 KB and timeout occurs. How big will the window size be if the next 4 transmission bursts are successful? Assume that the MSS is 1 KB. TCP congestion window size is set to 18 KB. So the current congestion window is 18 KB, and at present what happened? Timeout occurs. If the timeout occurs, the new threshold would be 9. So new threshold would be the current congestion window size by 2. So this is the current congestion window. This will be the threshold. Threshold is 9. And now what will be, how big will be the window if the next 4 transmission bursts are successful? So if the timer occurs, we'll start from the slow start phase, not from congestion avoidance phase. If there's a 3 duplicate acknowledgement, we'll go for congestion avoidance. 3 duplicate ACK means congestion avoidance, and timer means we'll start from slow start phase. So we'll grow again linear exponentially from 1. So from 1 we'll go to 2, and then we'll go to 4, and then we'll go to 8. These are 4 successful transmissions. It's mentioned over here that how big if the next 4 transmission bursts are successful, how big will be the window, and the window size would be 9. In the next transmission, it would be, as soon as this is successful, the window size would be updated to 9, because from 8 you might think it would go to 16, but the threshold is 9, so it will go to 9 only. So it would be 9 KB or 9 MSS, whatever is the answer. 8 MSS, let me check. It should be 9 according to me. Consider TCP connection operating. So this is GATE 2024 afternoon, and I have written it. I've appeared for GATE 2024 afternoon exam, and I did this question correctly in my paper, and I got 2 marks for this. In fact, I've done all the computer networks questions correctly. I think I got 7 to 8 marks, and out of in computer networks. Consider TCP connection operating at a point of time with the congestion window of size 12 MSS. At a point of time with the congestion window of 12 MSS. So currently the congestion window is 12 MSS. 1 SS extra. When the timer occurs due to packet loss, timer is occurred, so the new threshold would be 6 MSS, and communication starts from 1, not from 7. If it was 3 duplicate acknowledgement, it would have started at 7. Assuming that all the segments transmitted in the next 2 RTTs are acknowledged correctly, the congestion window size during the 3rd RTT will be. So all the segments are next to 2 RTTs. So the next RTT, for next RTT, the congestion window would be 1, and after that it will go to 2, and after that it will go to 4. So they have said these 2 are successful. After these 2 are successful, the congestion window during the 3rd RTT they are asking, and that the answer is 4 MSS, as they didn't mention MSS size. It would just be 4 MSS. Yeah, 4 MSS. So these are very easy problems, so but a bit confusing if you are not clear what happens during timeout and what happens during 3 duplicate acknowledgement. You just need to be clear. So during timeout and 3 duplicate acknowledgement, new threshold would be the current window size by 2, not the threshold by 2 but the current window size by 2, and the retransmission is different, and the window size and window size would be different. So for 3 duplicate acknowledgement, the window size would start from 1, but for timer it will start from 1, but for 3 duplicate acknowledgement it would start from the new threshold. Let's see this question. Consider TCP connection between a client and a server. The following specification. The round trip time is 6 milliseconds. I'll just highlight this so that I could solve these problems easily. 6 milliseconds is the round trip time. The size of the receiver advertised window is 50 KB. The slow start threshold at the client is 32 KB. And the maximum segment size is 2 KB. The connection is established at time t equal to 0. Assume that there are no timeouts and errors during transmission. Then the size of the condition window at time t plus 60 ms after all acknowledgements are processed is. Let me read once again read the question. Consider TCP connection between a client and server. The following specifications. The round trip time is 6 milliseconds. The size of the receiver advertised window is 50 KB. So threshold at the client is 32 KB. Okay, so these two are different. So if the receiver advertised window is 50 KB, then it should have been 25 KB, but they explicitly mentioned is 32 KB. So we need to take is 32 KB only. The threshold, the slow start threshold, and up to that point where we go exponentially, and after that we grow linearly. That's 32 KB. And the maximum segment size is 2 KB. Be cautious about this also. Don't assume it as 1 KB in all the questions. So now what happens at t plus 60 ms? So the round trip time is 6 ms and they're asking at 60 after 60 ms. So by this we can conclude that there are 10 successful RTTs. After 10 successful RTTs, they're asking the window size. So I'll just write all of this in MSS so that I won't be confused, and also you wouldn't be confused. So threshold is 16 MSS and window size is 25 MSS, and there are 10 RTTs. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. 5 are done. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. All are done. This is 5 and these are another 5. After all acknowledgements are processed, once an acknowledgement sent and processed, the condition window is increased. So the new condition window will be 22, not 21. Be cautious. 22 MSS. Yeah, I did a mistake. See, they're asking it in KB. So if it's 22 MSS, then it is 44 KB. The answer is over here in the next slide. So I've done it in MSS, but they've asked it in KB. They have explicitly specified here KB. So this is 44 KB. Let's say this. I think this is the last question. I'm not sure. Consider the following statements regarding the slow start phase of the TCP congestion control algorithm. Note that congestion window stands for the TCP congestion window, and MSS denote maximum segment size. Increases by 2 MSS on every successful acknowledgement. Doubles on every successful. Okay, this is some MCQ. Which one of the following is correct? Consider the following statements regarding the slow start phase. So they're asking about the slow start phase. In slow start phase, what happens is doubles. As it's exponential growth, it is not increased by 2, but it is doubled. Yeah. So this is not correct. The condition when increases by 2 MSS is not correct. It's doubled actually. Increases by 1 MSS after every round trip time. This is also not correct. So 2 and 4 seem to be correct. Let's see. The condition window approximately doubles on every successful acknowledgement. Yeah. Approximately doubles every round trip time. Yeah, these two are same. Every round trip time and every. Once again. No, this is also incorrect. Option 2 is also incorrect. Only 4 is correct. because only 4 is correct, because there will be multiple successful acknowledgement. So if a packet is sent, like if 16 MSS are sent, then MSS is 1 KB, so then 1 KB, 2 KB, 4 KB, like 16 KBs are sent differently, like 1 KB, 16 1 KBs are sent differently, and all might get acknowledged. So let's see what is the answer first. Answer is C, only option 4 is true. Let me explain this. I'll explain it in the next slide so that you'll get it more clearly. So let's assume that 16 MSS is sent, and it is sent as 1 KB in each packet. So everything is sent like uh, not parallel exactly one after another, but as soon as this 16 until 16, 1 2 4 until 16, 3 4, and as soon as these 16 messages are sent, the sender stays, he waits to receive acknowledgement. After getting acknowledgement only, he will resend 32 MSS. Now what they are saying exactly is doubles on every successful acknowledgement. Why this option is incorrect, I'll tell you. I'll just explain you. And now let's assume that this is received by the receiver and he sent an acknowledgement, and this is received by the receiver and this is sent by acknowledgement. So all the 16 might have been sent and received. So as soon as we receive this acknowledgement, we are not going to double it. We are gonna wait until this 16th MSS is acknowledged. So for every acknowledgement we are not going to double, but for every RTT, so this entire is an RTT. Where is one more T? So only 4 is correct. There's one more question. GATE 2014 set 1. Is the size of congestion window of a TCP connection be 32 KB when a timeout occurs? Congestion window of TCP connection be 32 KB when timeout occurs. Timeout has occurred. The round trip time of the connection is 100 milliseconds and the maximum segment size used is 2 KB. The time taken by the TCP connection to get back to the 32 KB congestion window. So again I'm telling you, make everything as MSS and solve. That's very easy. So 16 MSS is the current window, and then now timeout occurred. So the new threshold would be 8 MSS. This is the threshold. The round trip time of the connection is 100 milliseconds and the maximum segment size is 2 KB. The time taken by the TCP connection to get back to the 32 KB. So again, in order to send 16 MSS, what is the time taken? So initially, as is a timeout, we'll start from 1 2 4 8 until 8 we grow linearly. After that we'll grow until 8 we go exponential. After that we'll grow linearly. 9 10 until 16 to get back to 32. So and I think they're asking this much amount of time. So here there are 4 RTTs. After beyond this there are 7 RTTs. Without considering this there will be 7. So 7 plus 4 11 RTTs. So the answer is 1100 milliseconds. Yeah, 1100 milliseconds. There's one more question from GATE 2012. Yeah, there's a weird name for this congestion control algorithm. It's called as, it's given over here, additive increase, multiplicative decrease. I'm not sure how they put this name. This is same as congestion control algorithm, where the window size at the start of the slow start phase is 2 MSS and the threshold the start of the first transmission. Assume that the timeout occurs during the transmission. Find the congestion windows at the end of the 10th transmission. Consider instance of TCPs, this algorithm, where the window size at the start of the slow start phase is 2 MSS. And threshold at the start of the first transmission is 8 MSS. During fifth transmission, so they have started from 2 MSS, not from 1 MSS. That's a bit weird, but they have given it. From 2 it will go to 4 and then it will go to 8. They have mentioned 8 as the threshold. And now timeout occurs during the fifth transmission. After it will go to 9, after that it will go to 10, and now during 10 there is a timeout. At the end of the 10th transmission, they are asking the congestion window. So at 10 MSS there is a timeout. So now the new MSS new threshold will be 5. This is the new threshold. Now again we'll restart from 2, I guess, not from 1. So 2, 4, 5, and they're asking at the end of the 10th transmission. So here 3 transmissions are finished. After that 6, 7, it will go up to, it will increase by 7 actually, so 12. So 5 plus 7 is 12 because 3 are finished and 7 are here. So 3 over here, 7 over here. So 12 MSS will be the answer. Why it would be 7 MSS? Then it should be 12 only. I will check once. Okay. Up to here 5 are finished. Now after this, beyond this, they again 5 they wanted to tell. So after that it will go to 2. This is the 6th transmission, and then it will go to 4. This is the 7th, and then 5. This is the 8th, and then 6. This is the 9th, and 7. This is the 10th. Yeah, it will be 7 MSS. 7 MSS is the final answer, because already these are 5 retransmissions, and after that there would only be 5. We are assuming 10 retransmissions from the beginning, but they are telling 10 retransmissions. They are assuming 10 retransmissions after this, but they are telling from beginning. Yeah, that's it. These are the GATE previous questions, and I think you felt these were pretty easy. If they were confusing, please rewatch this, and please subscribe to my channel. I will be uploading more and more videos. Thank you. Bye.